Well, I've got another chair that I'm working on here. It has a broken spindle on the back. The problem is with this one here, it's sheared off almost flush with the seat itself. I can push it up into the back through the hole and drop it down, but it just swings. So the last chair that I did, since the tenon actually went into the seat, I was able to drill through the back and just pin it, and that worked fine. This time what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to drill down very carefully here all the way through the bottom, and then I'm going to put a pin up through here and drill up into here. But as you can see, this is quite narrow. It's barely a half an inch, if even that. So I've got to be very careful drilling out a small dowel from here all the way up through. Well, what I did here was I put a clamp on the front and on the back of the runners here to keep the chair from moving. That's the trouble with a rocking chair. It wants to keep moving on you. It makes it hard to work. So this keeps everything nice and stationary. So what I did, I drilled down through the mortise here. I went all the way through to the bottom. The pin fits up through there nicely. The problem is what I wanted to do is drill from the bottom up through that hole into the what's left of the tenon. There's no tenon here. The tenon's all down there. But drill through there and then be able to put the pin up through it and glue it in place. I can put the upper mortise in fine, no problem. I can put it up there and I can drop it down like that. So there should be no problem gluing it in place. But we'll see what happens when I try to drill up through from the underside. Well, as I suspected, this spindle here is in the way, and I can't get the correct angle here. It's not quite close enough. So what I'm going to have to do is, I've got the mark centered on the bottom of the spindle here. I'm just going to drill through by eye. I only have to go in maybe a half inch or so, or maybe a little bit longer, but I should be able to drill it right from here, and that should take care of that. Now, on second thought, as I think about it, I'm probably much better off drilling this way than trying to drill through the bottom of the chair, because here I can eyeball it much more carefully, and I can actually drill deeper, where if I had been off just a little bit underneath, I would have been drilling on an angle. So this kind of eliminates that. And I think I'm deep enough here. I'm about 3/4 of an inch or so. Actually, I can maybe even go a little bit deeper than that to make sure. And the pin will come through. And see, there's just enough wiggle room here to allow for alignment. I'll put plenty of glue in there. When everything dries up, it should be nice and solid, but I'm well into the spindle here, so that should take care of that problem. I put the spindle up through the top mortise. I run the dowel up through the bottom, and then put it into the spindle itself as far as it wants to go. You see there's a little bit of play here, so I can push it up, get this located, pull it down. That'll be glued in place at that point. And then what I do is I mark the length of the pin underneath here, and that's going to work fine. So it'll lock everything in place. Okay, I'm going to apply plenty of glue to this upper tenon here. And then I need a couple extra hands here, I think. I'm going to put plenty of glue on this pin here. I'm going to drop this down from the top. And I actually need a little more glue on the important part of the pin here. Okay, we're going to put this up into the upper mortise, spin it around, get good glue contact. And I'm going to push this pin down. And then push it back up. Spin everybody around so we've got good contact there. That's basically it there. I'll wipe off the excess glue. And I think we are repaired at that point. Well, the glue's had a couple of hours to dry. And boy, it's solid as a rock. You can never tell it was even broken. Well, that takes care of that problem. But there's still a couple more things that need to be repaired on this chair. But we'll cover that in the next video. So until then, have a nice day.